Well, it rained pretty much all the way through sunset last night. It finally stopped right at sunset. I got out, and the clouds were really moody and really atmospheric and really cool, but there wasn't really any color, and I couldn't find a composition. And I got swarmed by mosquitoes, so I was like, ah! So I deeded up, made dinner, sleep. Woke up this morning, very nice out, pretty clear to the south, fortunately, which is the way that I want to shoot. But there are some sweet clouds to the east up here in the sky, and they are slowly making their way over behind these mountains. So I'm hoping that in about the next 5 to 10 minutes or so, there's a little bit of pink color way out there on the horizon. Hoping that that will migrate its way across up here. So here's how it all turned out in the end. I guess this is a sufficiently okay way to start the day. What do you say? Hey, hey, hey. Okay, well, it is mid-morning and I'm off on a little day adventure. Thought I'd check out a place I've never seen before. Morgan Pass, which is up above the Little Lakes Valley, and looks down over toward like Pine Creek Basin and Italy, Lake Italy, and all that. Not the country of Italy, that would just be silly. But it's pretty cool. Decent views so far. So that big peak up there is Bear Creek Spire, and while I don't have any specifically direct intentions of trying to climb it, especially with these thunder clouds out here on the horizon kind of blowing in, I am just sort of walking in that direction. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if that sound is coming through. Hopefully it is, but if you can hear that gurgling, rushing, it's an underground river under all of this talus coming down from all the snow melt, just melting and running underneath all of these huge boulders all the way down into the lakes. Pretty cool. A little unsettling to think, what if this collapsed right now? Oh my god. I hear it's really loud, so hopefully this gives a better idea of what's happening here. Aha! The source of the underground river. A lake, which is not underground. Now this water is probably pure enough to drink right out of the stream, but last thing you want is to get the runs out in the woods, so I'll purify it just to be safe. Well, I just kept wandering this way south, and somehow I ended up here right at the base of Bear Creek Spire. Just past two other guys who are coming down from the summit. They did the Mountaineers route. It's a class 4, no ropes or anything. And they said it sounded pretty awesome. Or it was pretty awesome. They said crazy exposure, crazy, just go right up the ridge of the mountain to the peak. Said it's, to quote, "It's burly. There's some serious air up there. So, yeah, but it's awesome." Well, I'm almost to the saddle that leads up the ridge to the summit. Oh, I need to be in better shape. This is the highest I've been in a few years, and altitude's definitely got me sucking wind. I smell like old mustard. Ugh. But almost to that saddle, and so we'll check it out from there. View into the vast Sierra wilderness, I'm sure. Yahoo! Made it to the saddle! I beat about 12,000, just under 12,500 feet here, which means I'm about 1,800 feet up from where I started this morning over at Chickenfoot Lake. You can just see it right down there. It seems almost inconceivable to me. This is the route. This is the 4th class route up Bear Creek Spire right here, up the center of the frame, up to the summit up there. That's another 1,200 feet up from where I am at now. And having climbed 1,800 approximately this morning and feeling pretty wrecked, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. Not to mention there's rain coming in. Got rain out there over in Bishop. That's Mount Tom, by the way, which means literally Bishop is right there. And we got rain out here in Long Valley. east of Mammoth. So I think I'm just gonna chill here for a bit. Look at Spire Lake. Check out those sweet crags. That's like Italy Basin. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but Lake Italy and Italy Pass is just over there. Pine Creek area as well. So this is going to be my stopping point. I don't want to get up here. There's way too much exposure. If thunderstorms do come in, there's no cover whatsoever. So I think I'm just going to chill, rest my weary bones, and then back down. After a quick descent from the saddle, made it back to Day Lake. Headed over there to Treasure Lakes. It looks like a really steep slope right here though, so I don't know if this is gonna be down climby or what. Oh, looks steep as hell. Yikes! After a minorly sketchy descent down the loose talus of that scree field there, I made it down here to Treasure Lakes, which I guess is sort of pretty. All these flowers around here. It's pretty sweet. But I think it's great timing that I did, because look at these big, deep, dark clouds that have been rolling in ever since. So it would not be fun to be up on that ridge in a thunderstorm. That might be fun, but that's a different kind of fun. Leaving Treasure Lakes, and it's just beginning to sprinkle. So I gotta haul buns down the last 500 feet or so, get back to camp before the real rain starts. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put on my full body condom. Nobody wants to see that. But let me point out just for a second the unbelievable majesty of this landscape. It's a long lake down there. Those thunderstorms and the sunlight dappling the mountain peaks. I'm following this stream down, so my constant companion is the gurgle of a babbling brook. This is not too bad. Well, I don't know how many of you guys have ever done this before, but talus hopping is a very interesting form of cross-country transportation, because it's not only physically tiresome, but it's mentally exhausting, because every footstep has to be placed with the utmost care as you walk down this really uneven landscape. And the other thing is that sometimes you'll come across these big boulders that are just, they look super solid. You know, there might be a 4-ton boulder, but it just happens to be balanced so precariously that when you step on it, it starts to rock. And that is an unsettling feeling. Luckily, this whole slope has been very stable. Holy crap, a trail. I'll take it. Now check out these beauties right in the middle of the talus. That's what I love about the Sierra. You just come across these really, out of place things. So cool. Ah! And here comes the rain. Just hold on 10 more minutes, rain. 10 more. Ooh, it's cold. Alright, made it back to camp. Just in time for it to stop raining. So I guess I can take this ridiculous thing off and go down and grab some water and eat a well-deserved lunch, because boy, oh boy, I am starving. Now, one of the interesting things about Sierra thunderstorms is that they tend to be really short-lived. And they'll blow in fiercely and then they'll blow right out again, leaving these amazingly beautiful textured skies. So I'm gonna pack up camp and actually head a few miles back down the trail to a spot I saw yesterday on the way in that has a really magnificent view of the whole valley with a stream and the forest. Really just lovely. One of the other downsides to Sierra thunderstorms is they have this really bad tendency to evaporate right before sunset. So I'm hoping that with the thickness of the clouds they might stick around, but it's really unpredictable. I've been out here, when it's been thundering, hailing, absolutely storming like the end of days, and right before sunset it just disappears and you have completely clear blue skies. So cross your fingers for me that doesn't happen. And just like that, an hour later, it's almost completely bluebird skies. crossing my fingers some more clouds will sweep back in. That's happened to me before. And you can't see it through the trees. There actually is quite a lot of cloud still to the north. So I'm hoping that maybe the system isn't quite done. It's going to bring in some more clouds to the south here to make me a happy guy with some pretty pictures. Otherwise I'm going to start punching granite.